Hello everybody, welcome back to Connor here in full swing with Conor McGilligan. Hope you're doing fantastically well, and we are back here with the second live stream of the day, and we're here talking about everything Leeds United, and we are back with the Rumour Mill. We are back live. We are back in the Premier League. We are back with Premier League fixtures. We are back with a Premier League kit. We are back with a Premier League sponsor. Come on. Here we go, guys. Hope you're doing really, really well. If you checked out the video this morning, then it was a really good one. Make sure you go back. There's a competition on there to get yourself a free new Leeds United shirt. So please go back. Please watch that. Please do all you can. Subscribe, like, everything. We're on the road to 6K, and then we're on the road to 10K. We're still going. We can see it in the horizon. How is everybody doing today? 35 comments in. Connor, have you ordered your top yet? I still can't get on the website, which is just classic my luck. Everybody, hope you're doing really well. Everyone, what's going on? Why is a Chelsea fan on the Leeds channel? Because they're obsessed with Leeds. Hi, Connor. Love the channel. Hello, May. I've sent the email. Craig, good man. Everybody who's applying in the competition, make sure you send the email infoswing with Conor McGilligan at hotmail.com with your screenshots, and I will sift through them and find my favourite one, and you will get a free Leeds United shirt. So here we go. We're back with another Rumour Mill. So let's get into it. There's 210 of you watching now. If you wouldn't mind subscribing and liking, that would be great. Let's get into it now. This video is sponsored by the wonderful guys at Ship Bikes USA. That is ship with a P, nothing else. Don't be getting dirty minds. Ship Bikes USA with a lovely array of tailored, customized and detailed bikes to everyone's each an individual motorcycle, each and everyone's individual need. Make sure you go check those guys out. If you're into your bikes, if you're into a little bit of merch, go check them out. Really good stuff. And yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. I'm jealous that you've all got these kits. I haven't got any of the kits. The kits, plural. I wish there were kits, but there's just the one. The white kit, I haven't got it yet. I haven't ordered it yet. I can't get on the website, so it's doing my head in. But yeah, let's get onto your Rumour Mill, back onto your transfers. Here we go. Right, okay, so the first thing I wanted to touch on was just the fact that Leeds, obviously the fixtures were announced this morning. If you are new and you haven't watched the video this morning, hello. Yes, fixtures were announced this morning. Leeds United have got Liverpool. But listen, I'm all right about it. I'd rather have Liverpool than Wickham away. Come on. We've got to be excited for this, haven't we? We wanted this for 16 years. 16 years we've wanted Liverpool away. We've now got Liverpool away. So let's get excited. The crowds are going to be back relatively soon, hopefully, touch wood. We'll just have to wait and see. But, you know, this is all we want. This is what we want with Leeds. We want these fixtures. We want these derbies. We want these players coming to Ellen Road. So, yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing about it. I'm stoked. Liverpool away, bring it on. You know, our starts in every single season, we go off like a steam train, absolute steam train. We normally teeter off, of course we do. But listen, we didn't last year, and I'm just really excited. As well, guys, I spoke to a German football correspondent, a journalist. We will have an exclusive interview about Robin Koch, which will be on the channel on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Some excellent detail and something I'm really excited to share to you guys. So anyway, this is the first thing we've heard this morning from John Barnes, former England international. John Barnes is predicting Leeds United to make a strong impact on their return to the Premier League and doesn't see them being relegated. So it's one of those where, you know, that's really exciting to see from old Barnesy boy. The Yorkshire club are currently preparing for life back in the top flight, and they have learned their opening fixture is a trip to Anfield to face defending, returning champions Liverpool. I'm getting a bit excited today. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's just everything's coming into place right now. I'm just excited. But they're playing them on the 12th of September. Leeds are back in England's top tier after storming to the Championship title last season and playing some attack-minded, high-intensity football at Ellen Road with manager Marcelo Bielsa, with the mastermind behind it. So, yeah, it's really interesting. I've seen it with Danny Higginbottom. I've seen it with Murphy, with Merson. There's a couple of others who've said it as well, who are predicting Leeds to have a really good season next year with everything that's going on. 16 years at the top spell. Really good financial backing. Bielsa ball, the pragmatism in how we play, the intensity, the players that we might have coming in, the club, the fans, everything. It's tiered. It's ready for Premier League football. And I think everyone on the outside sees that. Barnes was quoted as well in saying, yes, I do. Barnes responded on Sky Sports News when asked if Bielsa can have an impact on the Premier League. If you look at the way he actually plays football, he plays football with adventure, with flair. Pep Guardiola talks about him being one of these major influences. When teams come up from the Championship, you think, who can stay up and do well? I think Leeds is one. Obviously, they'll make a few signings, so I don't fear for Leeds at all. Barnesy boy, come here. Let's have a hug. Let's have a hug, sunshine. Brilliant. And that's what you want to see. It is what you want to see from other people and who are outside Leeds. Harley Rossiter, what a brilliant name. Sound like a motorcycle. What do you think about April fixtures, Connor? Harley, I don't care. You know why? Because if we've got crowds back then, these guys, they won't know how to deal with it. The venom and the passion that exudes from Leeds fans in the stadium. If hopefully everything is okay, everyone's healthy back then. Touch wood. Just everything. They're coming to Ellen Road. These boys haven't experienced atmospheres like this. They don't know what's going to be happening. 40,000 working class Leeds fans who've had 16 years of torture, and we're back. We're back, baby, and we're going to be in the big time with a bang. And I think those April fixtures, they could go one way, they could go the other. Even if we don't do that well, it would just be great to have teams like Sharp FC, Vodafone FC, Dodgy Phone Network FC, them at Ellen Road, Liverpool, Chelsea, get them all down. City, get them all down. I want to see it all. I want to see them all down there, and I want those big match atmospheres again. And I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great, and I think we're going to surprise a few. I genuinely do. That May, if you think April's too difficult, look at May. May, I think, is a really good run-in. So even if we are struggling, May, realistic hat on, realistic snapback on. I think it is, if we are struggling at that moment in time, whatever relegation, hopefully not. But if we are, I think we can recover in May for me. Let's just see anyway. Let's just see what happens there with regards to that. But this is the Premier League predictor, which I've just seen online, which I'm really excited about. Now, as you can see here, this is all based on difficulty with the Premier League, among 6 strongest, among 6 weakest. If you look at the axis there, the Y and the X, this is what the Premier League fixture difficulty has been based on, as you can see, implied on strength. And Leeds are predicted by this particular odds maker to finish 11th. And if you look at the red, the blue, everything there with the other as well. If you just look at that little bit of the key notes there, Leeds' fixture difficulties. Yeah, there's a lot of them, of course, but as you can see in the red there, Liverpool. Then obviously we've got City on the 4th game. And from then onwards, it's not too bad to start the season. It isn't too bad at all. Look, if you take those 2 reds out, 1st and 4th, we've not got one until November time. So, that's just based on probability, statistics, analytics. That's all combined into one. That's what the bookies work on. And they make a Premier League predictor. And that's not based on bets, by the way, guys. Not when they're making predictors. They do it with Optastats. I know this because a couple of my friends work there. But yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see whether or not, because I think we've got decent fixtures at the start. I really do think we've got good fixtures. Liverpool's going to be hard, of course it is. City's going to be difficult, but you've got to see it in mini leagues. The top 6, they're out there. They are out there. Any team that comes up, it's going to be difficult to play against those boys. Of course it is. It's going to be really difficult to play against those boys because they're the boys who've got all the money. They're the boys who've, Pep spending $1 billion on his team. Come on, guys. We're not expecting to get anything against those guys unless we solidify in the Premier League for seasons and seasons to come, which I firmly believe we will. Playing against those boys, it's always going to be difficult. Of course it is, that top 6. But then you look at teams like Spurs. I think we can get results against teams like Spurs. Could we get the odd win against Vodafone Dodgy Network FC at home? Or could we get a win against Chelsea at home? Just the odd one. I know we're going to get beat. I'm not naive. And you guys know, with me, I base everything on realism. And some of you might call me deluded, but I just think there's going to be a couple in the top 6 who we get some fixtures on. I think we get some results against. I genuinely do. But that mini league, we're in our own league right now. It'll be the bottom 10 or sort of the bottom 12. That's how you've got to see it. You cannot see us going up and competing realistically with City, Liverpool, them, etc. Chelsea. It's just not going to happen for me anyway. You've just got to be realistic about it. But yeah, let's see what's going on with others. And this is a bit of a different one as well. We've got Harry Wilson now. Villa and Leeds set to bat it out. For Harry Wilson. Now, this has been going on for a while now with Wilson. And I'm going to talk about Benrahma in a little bit, but it all makes sense with Wilson. I think the big thing with Leeds, and you can tell, and I talk about this consistently on every single stream I do, you cannot just go out and get a player for attributes. You cannot just go and get a player because he's the best player in the world, because he's the best player in a certain league. You've got to go out and get a player with the perfect ego, the perfect mindset, the perfect capabilities up here to match a changing room, which is a winning changing room. You look at that level above, you look at Jurgen Klopp. Does Jurgen Klopp ever go out and look at the top players in the world? No, he doesn't. What Jurgen Klopp does is he tries to improve players. He tries to get players in them, build them up. You know, that's what he's always tried to do. He tries to get egos that fit the changing room. Leeds are the exact same mold. Egos that fit the changing room. I don't want to be going out there and getting egos. I want to be going out there and getting people who want to live and die and play for Leeds United in the Premier League when we're on the world stage. That's what I want. So players like Harry Wilson, obviously he did what he did to us for Derby, which we won't talk about anymore. But he did that. But he's back now with Liverpool. He's grown up in that Klopp mentality of winning. He's got that ethos. He was with Derby, did really well. Bournemouth, I still think he did really well. But coming into Leeds, he is someone who is a young lad. I think he'd be able to prosper under Bielsa. I think we'd add so much to his game under Bielsa. And imagine him just in the Premier League in that cam role, learning off the wizard, the magician that is Pablo Hernandez. I think that you look at someone like David Silva and Phil Foden, that's what they've had all year. Just that relationship, that cohesiveness. Foden knowing that Silva's going to be baying out at the end of the season. This could be Pablo Hernandez's swan song. Could we get him in? And then Harry Wilson, no ego, no, I'm better than the club. Get him in there, learn off Pablo Hernandez. How wonderful would that be? And I think that would just be the perfect combination for Leeds United. Matty, remember when we nearly played a full-strength Arsenal side and looked by far the better team with a few additions to unlock defences and unlock defences we can win? I agree. People were saying we weren't unlucky against Arsenal. I can't be the one who turns around and says that was a bad performance. We had 6 changes in that team, and in that first half against Arsenal, we should have been 3-0 up. What does a full Leeds team do against the Arsenal side? An Arsenal side, by the way, with Lacazette, Ozil and co in that side. And that was so unlucky. Arsenal went on to win the competition, for goodness sake, and we gave them the toughest test. A second-tier team with 7 changes. Come on. And that's what I don't know. I'm just really optimistic with it. Joshua Slater, hello, Connor, having a pint in Crete while watching. Hello, mate. We'll have to wait and see on that one with regards to that. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to have to get rid of the Chelsea lad there. Just clogging up my feed. Why are you here? But yeah, and this one's another one, guys. Hull City forward James Scott is on the radar of Everton this summer, whilst Leeds United are amongst the other Premier League clubs watching the youngster situation. Now, James Scott has been a bit of a progressive talent for that Hull City side. That is not done well, let's be right. But since Bowen and since Grosicki has gone, James Scott's been the one who they've been looking at. He's a young lad. He did quite well in the Championship. Obviously, he was only young, coming into a horrendous situation at Hull City. Leeds always going for youngsters. Do I think James Scott's someone who we go for? Probably not. I know exactly who he is, but I just don't know whether or not that's the caliber of youngsters we're going for anymore. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I've seen that rumoured in quite a few places this morning. So yeah, James Scott is one of those who we're just going to be keeping an eye on. But yeah, let's see with what's going on in the next rumour. So the next one is the exclusive from the Daily Record Sport, Ryan Kent. Now, Ryan Kent was someone who Leeds were massively interested in last summer. It was either between Ryan Kent or Eddie Nketiah. And I believe that from reports, Bielsa wanted a forward. Bielsa wanted Nketiah. But Ryan Kent was very much there. And I think Orta was in more of the ear of Bielsa in terms of getting a forward to help Patrick Bamford. Whereas Bielsa was very, very keen on Ryan Kent. They were the reports that came out last summer. Do a bit of research if you want. But yeah, they were all the reports that Bielsa was really keen on Ryan Kent. So are we going in for him again? Is he another alternative to Benrahma, to Harry Wilson? I don't know, but there was a lot of rumours about it yesterday. Reluctant Nico, who is sort of the voice of reason from The Sun, was saying that apparently Leeds have inquired about Kent. But as you can see here with Kent's later move to Rangers after being sort of turned down in a way by Leeds, he wants to stay at Rangers amid the Leeds interest. So we'll have to just wait and see on that front. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Connor, who would you prefer, Wilson or Buendia? I don't know with Buendia, mate. I think Buendia's gone really quiet. I don't know why. I don't know if that's because Norwich are asking for too much, but I would prefer Wilson. I genuinely would. I'm really excited if we do get Wilson. A lot of you'll probably say Buendia. I understand that. And Buendia was unbelievable last year. I just think there's going to be more growth from Wilson. And you ask me why. The reason behind that is I just think there is such a player in there. And I know there is with Buendia, but I think we'll be able to get Wilson a lot cheaper as well. And yeah, it's a very good question, though. I think they're very similar players, but we'll have to just wait and see as well. I don't know Buendia as well. Is Buendia an out-and-out 10? I don't know. I think we're looking at an out-and-out 10, which Wilson is. I don't know. Is Buendia a 10? He can play along that 3, just in and behind the centre forward, but I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see. Now, next news. What have we got? Now, Marcelo Bielsa, a lot of you, when I was saying this a week ago, were commenting back saying, Connor, you're talking rubbish. Connor, this, that, and the other. It's not been confirmed by the club. Gianluca Di Marzio is an extremely, extremely good source, a very good source over in the continent. And he's reporting that Leeds and Bielsa have agreed a contract. Bielsa has signed a contract for Leeds United. Now, guys, just because it's not tweeted by the official club account, just because it's not tweeted by Phil or Graham, this doesn't mean that this isn't done behind the scenes. You know, Cabral, who Leeds United have been interested in, the Brazilian, as I did a profile on him in one of my last shows, Leeds submitted a bid, or we inquired about him. It wasn't reported on Leeds' end, but it was reported on from the Brazilian end. And then it was clarified by the Leeds end. So just because it's not confirmed and reported by the Leeds end doesn't mean that it hasn't happened, especially if you're getting reputable sources on the continent saying that this has happened and this is a staggered thing. You know, it's like Gianluca was reporting it there, but this has happened by multiple sources in Argentina and Italy that he has signed a contract. Just because it's not officially confirmed, which we're all waiting to see, of course, doesn't mean it hasn't happened. Now, for me, Bielsa has signed the agreement, hence why we're moving on his player targets. Hence why Harrison said in his interview that he's looking forward to playing under Bielsa. Hence why Joe Gelhardt said one of the main reasons he moved to Leeds was because of Marcelo Bielsa. Guys, Marcelo Bielsa is done. He's staying at Leeds United. We all know this now. So, yeah, very, very exciting with regards to that. Ruben, just asking on when will you announce the giveaway winner? Guys, well, currently we can't even get on the site. So I can't even get myself one on the site. So I'll keep you updated. Make sure you follow In Full Swing on Twitter and Instagram, and I will consistently keep you updated with that competition winner. But currently we can't get on the website. So so we'll have to wait and see with regards to that one. Gotcha Music, how's that contract coming on, Connor, for Bielsa? I think it's pretty much done, mate. Thank you very much for the comment. Anything on, we've got an exclusive coming out on Saturday on Robin Koch with a German journalist. Very, very, very interesting stuff. And I think you guys are going to be really excited by what he's got to say. I was listening to him and absolutely beaming up. There is a lot of good things said about this kid. So, yeah, we'll have to just wait and see on that one. Right, okay, the next rumour is obviously with Saeed Benrahma. Now, a lot of people, once again, like I was talking about earlier, guys, we were talking about Benrahma and potential attitudes. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen the video that he put out, but it was awful. He put this video out and it was him on holiday, and it was just the most sort of pretentious video I've seen from a footballer in a long time. It was like, you know, fair play to him. He's enjoying himself. He's on holiday. He's got a lot of money. He's enjoying life. But I don't know if I'd want a player like that. Like, if you'd have seen Calvin got promotion, Benrahma didn't. Calvin was away, like flashing his watches, flashing all of his cars. This isn't the club we are. We're not a flashy dashy club. We're not that sort of. We're a working class club, and we want people who want to play for Leeds, who would live and die for the shirt and would fit into the squad really well. You saw this promotional video from Benrahma, and it was just the most cringy thing I've seen in a long time. And I don't know if he'd fit into the changing room. I don't know the lad, but you know, it's really interesting what Phil Hay says here. They've gone a bit cold on Benrahma. They've been checked on that one on Monday. Watkins still been mentioned, no progress. Now, in an update on the Q&A on The Athletic, Phil Hay said Benrahma's overblown holiday video post on his Twitter account had caused doubts about how he would fit into the Leeds changing room. That is so interesting, how anything you put on social media, always think about this, it's always got repercussions. I'm always trying to be careful with what I put on social media. You've got to be careful of what you do, and this could have essentially hampered his credibility within the Leeds ranks, because it's the most, I mean, you sort of thought of it with Benrahma, because all of his flashy skills and his hairdos, you sort of get this sort of interpretation, but you think, you can't judge a book by its cover, but you naturally have got to do that when you're making a signing, and you've got to kind of understand the player's characteristics and how he will fit into the changing room. In this video, it was just ego, complete ego. And I watched it, and there's been a lot of rebuttal to it on Twitter. And I just thought, you've not done yourself any favours there. So we'll have to wait and see. Would you guys want a player like Benrahma in the changing rooms? We'll have to just wait and see. But it didn't sit well with me at all. I saw it and I was just like, oh, God. My cringe was cringing at that video, says Sam Ward. Gotcha again says it was horrible. Yeah, it was just, oh man, it wasn't good to see. It really wasn't good to see. But and as they say, Leeds do rate Benrahma, but I've gone slightly cold on him. Hay said the Twitter post didn't give off the right message in terms of how he might fit into the dressing room, which is sort of what I'm saying. Now, the big news with regards to Ben White. Let me just have a slurp of coffee, because my mouth right now, because I talk so much, motor mouth, is as dry as Gandhi's flip-flop. But we're going to be getting on to Ben White. Do you know what? Let's just stop it. Let's stop it. David Ward said Ben White isn't going anywhere. He's not going. So let's just... This has been your boy Connor here, guys. This is it. Ben White. We might as well just leave the video. We might just leave the video. Let's just, pack up for Ben White. That's it. That's it. Dave said it. But let's all just... Are we done? All right, guys. See you in a bit. I'm only joking, Dave. I'm joking. We're having a bit of banter here, mate. I'm joking, Dave. Legend. Thank you for watching, whoever you are. But yeah, let's talk about Kinnear on Ben White. Angus Kinnear has told Sky Sports News that Leeds United are close to completing a new signing this summer, and commented on their pursuit of defender Ben White. So yeah, this is one of those things that where Ben White is oh God, we just don't know what's going to be going on with Ben White. We have no idea, and this is where obviously the £25 million bid, Sky Sports official, has gone in for Ben White. Now, obviously, we've spoken about the alternative being Robin Koch for a long time now. And we need to bear in mind whether or not, when I was speaking to the German journalist about Koch, we had a really interesting discussion. As I said, that'll be out on Saturday, but he is an absolute player, highly regarded by so many people in Germany, part of the German national team as well. And Freiburg finished 8th this season with a very good defensive record. So they've been playing above the stations. Koch has been part of that. He moved from Kaiserslautern when he was young. He went down the divisions and then came back up to Freiburg. And he's really shown off. Tottenham, Manchester United, Man City inquiring about him last summer. Obviously, that's gone a little bit cold. But Benfica, Valencia, Lille are all still interested and have inquired about the youngster. So whether or not we know Kinnear's talking about that, I'm not sure. We have no idea if that is going to be the signing that he's talking about. But as you can see here, White, 22, was an integral part of the Leeds side that finished the 19-20 campaign at the top of the Championship table. He played all 46 league games and 3 FA Cup and Carabao Cup fixtures. Now, we know Ben White was incredible, was absolutely incredible. Not only just his playing ability, but just his fitness, his stamina. He played 46 games for Leeds, not even including all the cup competitions. So incredible, absolutely incredible on what he did at Ellen Road. But Leeds failed to include a permanent clause in his contract, and he's returned to Brighton, where he's training. The Whites reportedly have tabled a third offer worth $25 million for Ben White. So I think it is one of those where we've just got to wait and see if that's going to happen. I think it's if it's not going to happen, we've just got, I know this sounds really silly for me to say, but if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. And that's just the most obvious cliche saying, I will ever say. But we have to look at that being the final bid. And I think it's been illustrated now that that is the final bid for Ben White. We're not being taken for mugs anymore. As I consistently say, the economic crisis means that players are going for less because clubs can't afford it. They cannot afford to be paying, with what's going on with the pandemic, ridiculous amounts of money. Now, 25 million is a lot of money during this pandemic, during this economic crisis, during these financial difficulties that clubs are facing in this window. It's a hell of a lot of money. Now, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below with regards to the money. Is it too much? Is it, we've got to take out last window, the window before. We've got to take all these external factors out of it. We've got to do, because when you just bring it back and compartmentalize it right now in this window, it's a lot of money. It's a hell of a lot of money. So for me, we can't go higher than that. And for me, as Angus Kinnear said, Leeds have 4 or 5 different alternatives to Ben White. Now, as I was speaking to the German journalist, he was saying that the technicalities and the capabilities of Robin Koch are extremely similar to Ben White. Exactly how he plays, how expansive he is, how confident he is, how aggressive he is, how technically good he is. And, we could get him for potentially 5-10 million less in this economic market. So it's a lot of things we've got to take into consideration. If Brighton genuinely turn down, if Bloom turns down 25 million in the market where we are right now, fair play. They clearly want to keep hold of him, and good luck to Ben White. That's what I say. Good luck to you, mate. You've done so much for this club, but we'll move on. We're Leeds United. It's not Ben White FC. It wasn't just Ben White that got us promoted. There's so many other players in that changing room who stepped up to the mark and gave everything for that white shirt this year. So it's more than Ben White, and there will be others after Ben White. Do you remember when Kyle Bartley left back in the day? We have to get Bartley. We have to get Bartley. Bartley moved on. We got somebody else. It happens. Transitions happen. You get over it. You move on. And if this 25 million bid isn't accepted, I wouldn't go any higher. That's just my point of view. I know you guys will think something differently, but from speaking to a lot of people about this German international, he's very, very highly rated and being looked at by a lot of clubs. So I would be definitely very happy with that individual. And I just think it is one of those where we could see some real developments there. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Now, this one as well is something I wanted to end on, guys. Obviously, hitting the 30-minute mark now. Leeds have played more Premier League matches on match day 1 without losing than any other team in the competition's history. Played 12, won 5, drawn 7, worthy. And we know Leeds start like hellfire. We do. We start on absolute flames, don't we? With regards to any Premier League seasons, we teeter off at the end, which clubs naturally try banter us about. But just how intense we are from moment one is always something that I've loved with this Leeds side. We start so quickly, and whether obviously Liverpool's, I'm not saying we're going to be steamrolling Liverpool. I'm not saying that. It's going to be a ridiculously tough fixture, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's going to be. There's a big probability we're going to lose that game, but with the difficulty of fixtures coming up, we've got probably 2 out of those first 9-10 games, which I see as out-and-out losses. Every other game's up for grabs. And that is going to be the biggest part of Leeds' season. Sheffield United started so quickly this year in the Premier League. Leeds needs to do something similar. We really do. And whether or not that's going to be... whether or not that's going to be something that we need to hang on to. Yeah, a lot of people talking about how Koch is pronounced. I've heard it. Apparently, it's pronounced in sort of a bit of a Scouse accent. How the Germans pronounce it. So it's Koch. Yeah. So I don't know how you pronounce it, but I'm just going to call him Robin. But yeah, I just think we've got a lot of good things coming our way. A lot of you, I know, are going to be happy at what's coming on. And Jack Schofield saying Rob Holding's still on the radar. I've not seen anything to do with Rob Holding, mate. I don't know if I'd be that happy with that once again. I mentioned this in this interview with this German journalist. I mentioned John Stones as well and the comparative, and he was essentially saying Robin should be your number 1 target above these guys. So a lot of promising things to come. Really good to see that Angus has said that a signing is very close. I think it will be Robin, because I think they're looking to either probably get outright rejected by Brighton or potentially get it accepted very, very soon. So We'll have to just wait and see. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this. We are going to be back with late night Leeds later on, where we're going to be doing a feature on Liam Cooper. That might be live. It might be pre-recorded. I'll have to see how tired I am. But yeah, and we'll have to wait and see on that one. Matthew as well has just said, is it pronounced about, is it correct about Cabral and Corona? I've heard it is, mate, apparently. Apparently he has contracted the coronavirus from, I've not heard it from any official source, but it seems to be everywhere online. I couldn't tell you anything more about that. I can ask a couple of journalists out there, see what they've got to say. But yeah, it seems like there's been more interest in him as well, which has stalled the talks with Leeds United. So we'll have to just wait and see with that one. But guys, that is going to be it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, there was about 600 of you watching it at one point, which is incredible. Please make sure you're locked in to In Full Swing with Conor McGilligan. It's growing at the minute. If you want to enter the competition, you have to be subscribed. You have to be liking the videos and sending your screenshot of your best ever Leeds moment, either on this video or the video before. Screenshot all three things and send it to my email address, which is in the description. Guys, the subscription is free to this channel. And not only that, but we've got a Discord community as well, which is growing by the day. I think it's 350 or 400 members on there now. Also got a Patreon account. We've got some good things coming on the Patreon account if you want to help out the channel so we can get these prizes for you guys and get all this light in and get everything sorted. I've got some big things coming as well for the Liverpool game at the start of the season. Watch-alongs are coming back. Watch-alongs are coming back. Passion's coming back. And I'm going to try sit here with fans, with people, and watch the games. That's something I really want to bring to you guys. So, guys, listen, have a brilliant day. And I will see you later on.